This is Stephen Conard, and you're watching GR News.
This is Stephen Conard with GR News, and these are your headlines. Microsoft's exclusive State of Decay 2 set to release May 22nd. Xbox owners, get ready to survive the zombie-infested, huge open world of State of Decay 2 when it releases on May 22nd. Undead Labs' highly acclaimed series returns with vast improvements to craft, combat, base building, and a heavily fan-requested brand new game mode that allows for player slightly tethered co-op to occur, complete with resource sharing and player character permadeath. Everything you loved about the original State of Decay, now with next-generation upgrades, features, and visuals. Also, this time around, players will have to deal with a new enemy type called the Bug Plague Zombies, which can bite and infect players who will eventually turn if they aren't given the cure in a certain amount of game time. Xbox Game Pass holders can play this title for free, while non-pass holders can pick up State of Decay 2 Standard Edition for around $29.99, or the Ultimate Edition for $59.99, which also includes Year 1 edition of the original State, plus the Independence and Daybreak packs. It's up to you to gather your survivors, build a community, and make sure to explore what it means to redefine survival. Microsoft is engineering and is set to release a new controller for the differently abled. Current and widely used design of most gaming controllers hasn't changed much in 20 years, but this design isn't working for everyone. Microsoft is aiming to help with a new adaptive controller, and this controller will allow users to create custom setups to support their individual needs. Xbox head Phil Spencer said in a statement on Boxwire, "The Xbox adaptive controller has been years in the making, though we realize that this is only one step along our journey of inclusive design and that we have more work ahead. This controller will have up to 3 unique gaming profiles, and while other modified controllers would need to be reset, this new adaptive controller will not need to be reset for each game it's used on. Using the Xbox Accessories app, players can program the large buttons to act as any number of standard controller inputs. The adaptive controller is currently compatible with Xbox One's Windows 10 PC titles. This controller was co-developed in cooperation with multiple organizations within the accessibility community, as well as gamers with mobility issues. It's great to see big tech companies like Microsoft designing their products to be inclusive of all gamers."
This is Anthony Archambault with this week's Hot Take. New character coming to the Arrowverse? With multiple geek news outlets reporting, it looks like a bat will finally be making an appearance in the Arrowverse this upcoming fall. That's right, at CW's annual Upfronts presentation, Green Arrow himself, Stephen Amell, announced Batwoman will be making her debut in the Arrowverse crossover event slated to air this December. The role of Batwoman, aka Kate Kane, has yet to be filled, leaving many DC fans excited and some a little skeptical as to who they'll get to wear the cape. A new city will also be making its debut, as we will be getting our first look at Gotham, not to be confused with the Gotham portrayed in the series on Fox. Stay tuned for future hot takes, as I'll be bringing you new stories, updates, and more. This has been Anthony Archambault for GR News.
Thanks, Anthony. On to some other news. A customer gives dumpy service to a Tim Hortons employee. CBS News, as well as most other media, have reported that an impatient customer at a Tim Hortons in Canada was caught on camera taking a dump in the middle of the store, but then threw it at the employee behind the counter. Tim Hortons security footage, which has been made available to the public, shows the perpetrator committing the act of public defecation. The footage here shows the customer arguing with the employee, then proceeds to pull down her pants and dumps a loaf on the floor. Betcha the Tim Hortons customers were not expecting that delicacy coming out. The camera also shows her then throwing the poo at the employee. While Tim Hortons does not actually have a policy that requires guests to make a purchase before using the restroom, this great pooper in question was apparently denied her potty time due to her past behavior at this location. The mad pooper was subsequently arrested and will have a court hearing at a later date. This story does give us a new definition to the phrase, "I had a shitty day at work." For continuing information on these stories and more, like, comment, subscribe to Gamer Redefined. This has been Stephen Conard with GR News.